Hello and welcome to Bible Bites Daily. Today we have reached Numbers chapter 6. Let's explore the beautiful and uplifting passages found in this chapter. We encounter the Nazarite vow, a special consecration to God, as we journey through these verses. May we discover the significance of blessings, dedication, and living a life set apart for the Lord. As we turn our pages to Numbers chapter 6, we find the Lord speaking to Moses about the Nazarite vow. A Nazarite was someone who voluntarily dedicated themselves to God for a specific period, abstaining from certain things as a sign of their consecration. The chapter outlines the guidelines for this vow, and within them we discover valuable insights about living a life of dedication to the Lord. When we look at verses 1 to 4, where the Lord details the requirements of the Nazarite vow. A Nazarite would abstain from wine and strong drink, avoid any contact with dead bodies, and refrain from cutting their hair during the period of consecration. This voluntary separation from certain aspects of daily life symbolized a focused commitment to God. Now, you might be wondering why these specific restrictions. Each element carries symbolic meaning. Abstaining from wine and strong drinks represented a commitment to self-control and spiritual clarity. Avoiding contact with the dead reflected a dedication to purity and life. Not cutting one's hair served as a visible sign of the vow, an outward expression of their consecration. In our lives today, we may not take a Nazarite vow in the same way, but the principles remain relevant. The call to self-control, the call to purity, and the visible dedication to God is a universal one for all believers. How can we adopt these principles in our daily walk with the Lord? Moving on to verses 5 to 8, we find a beautiful passage known as the Aaronic blessing, or the priestly blessing. God instructs Moses to share this blessing with Aaron and his sons, who were the priests. The words are profound. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. These words are not just a poetic expression but a powerful invocation of God's favor and presence. They encapsulate the essence of God's desire to bless his people with protection, grace, and peace. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on these words. God's desire to bless and keep you, to shine his face upon you with grace and to give you peace. So, all this is the willingness of God. He wants all this to happen to you. He wants to bless you. He wants to keep you. He wants his face to shine upon you. It's a message of love and care from the Heavenly Father. This blessing is not reserved only for the priests of ancient times. It is extended to all who belong to the family of God through faith in Jesus Christ. Now, let's consider verses 13 to 21, where the chapter describes the conclusion of the Nazarite vow. Once the period of dedication was complete, the Nazarite would bring offerings to the Lord. A male lamb for a burnt offering, a ewe lamb for a sin offering, and various grain and drink offerings. This process symbolized the completion of the vow and the individual's return to regular life. What's remarkable here is the emphasis on completion and return. The Nazarite vow was not a permanent state, but a designated period of dedication. It reminds us that while there are seasons of special consecration, our daily lives are also meant to be lived in dedication to the Lord. In our journey of faith, we may have moments of special dedication, a retreat, a mission trip, a time of intense prayer and fasting. However, the true test of our commitment lies in our day-to-day living. How do we carry the spirit of dedication into our ordinary moments? How can we live in a way that reflects our ongoing commitment to God? These are the questions that we need to put to ourselves. while you are walking on a path, while you are going somewhere, while you are looking at someone. These are the things that you need to remember. This is the consecration that you need to bring to your day-to-day life. Are we being holy? Are we living a life that is dedicated to the commitment of Jesus in our lives? Are we not? As we conclude our reflections on Numbers chapter 6, let's recognize the timeless truths woven into these verses, whether through the principles of the Nazarite vow or the profound words of the priestly blessing. God's desire for us, for our lives, is clear. He invites us to live with self-control. He invites us to live with purity. He wants us to live with a visible dedication. He wants us to showcase to the crowd, to showcase ourselves to the people around us that we are dedicated to Jesus Christ. He longs to bless us with His favor. He longs to bless us with His grace and peace. And He encourages us to live a life of ongoing dedication, not just in special seasons, but in every moment of our life. Thank you for listening. May God bless you all in abundance.